This is The Space Shot, episode 190 for November 20th, 2017. Zarya. Hey everyone, welcome to The Space Shot, your daily space history, pop culture, and news fix. I'm John Molnix. The sunrise of a new era in exploration began with the launch of the Functional Cargo Block, or Zarya module, on November 20th, 1998. During the first ISS assembly mission. Launching atop a three-stage Proton rocket, the Zarya module, or in English, Sunrise, sped away from the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Initially, Zarya was capable of providing orientation control and communications ability to the new space station. Now, Zarya is used for storage and for its external fuel tanks, which can hold over 6 tons of propellant. Zarya plus the Zarya service module and Unity node that launched on the Space Shuttle Endeavour form the core of the space station. The station's now large enough you can see it with your naked eye. I'm linking to NASA's Spot the Station website in the show notes, so check it out. You can sign up for email or text alerts for when the station will be flying over where you live. Alternatively, I use ISS Finder on my iPhone, and I've been pleased with the app overall. I've been using it for a couple of years now. However, I'm not an Android user, so for those of you out there that do use Android, please shoot me a message on the apps that you use to spot the station. There's also the High Definition Earth Viewing System. A series of commercially available high-definition cameras are mounted in an enclosure on the outside of the station, and they provide striking views of Earth and the ISS as it orbits above us. It's as close as you can get to having the view screen of the USS Enterprise in your living room or on your computer, so be sure to check out the link for that website. At the end of yesterday's episode, I mentioned the launch of STS-80. This flight was the last for astronaut Story Musgrave. He flew on every space shuttle over 6 space flights, spending just over 53 days in orbit. He's the most educated astronaut in NASA history. He's obtained degrees in mathematics, chemistry, a Master's of Science in Physiology and Biophysics, a doctorate in medicine, and, to top it off, a Master of Arts in Literature, among others. He started working at NASA in 1967 and worked as a Capcom for Skylab missions after being a backup for the Skylab 2 mission, which was the first crewed Skylab flight. Dr. Musgrave's first spaceflight was on board the shuttle Challenger, which had her maiden flight during STS-6. In 1993, during the STS-61 mission, he performed numerous spacewalks, which were critical in repairing the Hubble Space Telescope. His spaceflight experience with 6 flights makes him one of 7 astronauts and cosmonauts to fly into space that many times. Only 2 people, both NASA astronauts Jerry Ross and Franklin Chang Diaz, have flown more times at 7 each. Lastly for today, the Swift Gamma Ray Burst mission launched on November 20th, 2004. This spacecraft studies gamma ray bursts and swiftly, hence the name, scans across the sky, relaying any relevant data to ground stations to coordinate observations on those GRBs. The Broglio Space Center in Kenya that I talked about a few days ago is the primary ground station for this mission. Swift has helped scientists study the origin and evolution of gamma ray bursts, and the satellite has detected over 1,000 GRBs as of 2015. I'm linking to a NASA webpage that has excellent illustrations related to this mission, so be sure to check it out. Since you're here, why don't you let me know what you think of the podcast by leaving a review on iTunes? It takes just a minute to do that, and it makes a huge difference because it helps more people find the show. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any of the daily episodes. As always, the show notes have more information on today's episode. You can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Find me at John Molnix. I'm always up to chat. You can also connect with me on Facebook. Just search The Space Shot or click the link in the show notes. Tomorrow, the 4-inch flight. I'm John Molnix, and I'll catch you on the flip side.